Hey, what's going on, guys? Coach Luka here from Viground Fitness and Performance. And today, we got our man, Zack. Zack used to be an intern, and now he's like a top-level strength coach. He's been all around. Very, very strong dude. How much can you squat?
605.
605. And like, I mean, this dude can put up numbers. But what we're going to do today, we're doing the 90-90 hip mobility stretch. I mean, I call it a stretch, but really what it is working active ranges of motion. And we'll go, I'm going to show you real quick as I go down to the ground what a 90-90 is, and then I'm going to coach Zack through it. So very simply, 90-degree position right here, 90-degree position in the back, and we want that heel to kind of hit that knee right off the bat. And then from there, I'm going to coach Zack through this. Like, it's going to be a lot more fun as you see his face. But listen, this is one of the best, I would say, drills. Like, we do a lot of stuff from this drill that really helps improve hip health, improve hip mobility, and just helps with just about anything. So if you want to improve, sports performance, if you want to improve your lifts, if you want to improve, like I said, just feeling better, moving better, your low back's tight, like this will help. But like I said, I'm going to take Zack through it because it's great to have somebody to take through rather than just me coaching myself, because we're going to run probably into some stuff and Zack's going to be like, I don't like you right now, and that's okay. All right, so set up, I don't care which side you have first. Okay, so we're going to get that. We got that 90 position here. So if I draw a line from his heel, I want it to hit his knee. So sometimes this will feel actually awkward. So Zack right now is kind of like, this is funny. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is Zack's going to turn his belly button. So imagine if I put a pen or one of those lasers that you like put on a whiteboard when you're trying to explain stuff. So if he has one right there, it's pointing somewhere, but I want it to point to his kneecap, right? So you're going to turn that whole trunk to where his belly button is here, and then also your chest is right on top. And so we're aligning belly button and like middle of the chest, sternum, right across the knee, okay? And before we even start, so this is important, right? Because most people will just go, oh, okay, cool, I'm in that position, like, right? No. Like, we're going to coach this one up. So the second thing Zack is going to do, he's going to push his butt back like he's doing a deadlift. So imagine you're in this position, and he's going to think, like, push my butt back. But he's going to do it from that position, right? So he's in this position, and he's going to push his butt back. But you're going to stay tall. So stay upright, but think arch your back, push. There we go. All right. Do you feel that a little bit more in your glutes, right? Now, the second thing you're going to do is imagine that this knee is getting longer. So it's like a bow and arrow, right? You want to get that stretch. You get pulling it back, pulling it front. Feel a little bit more?
Yeah.
So he hasn't changed his position at all, but he's feeling more of a stretch in that glute on the outside of the hip already. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to cueing and coaching, to not just go into it and just do whatever, because now you're not actually getting the positions that you want to. So from this position now where Zack is at, we can actually work the 90-90. A big mistake people make, they'll just start going into the kinetic stretching part. And we're going to make him suffer a little bit before we do that. So what we're going to have Zack do is, first of all, we're going to have him just stay nice and tall and start pushing his ankle and his knee at the same time into the ground. So you're going to stay tall. Okay, so let's say you're at 20% right now. Let's ramp it up to 30%. And now let's go to 40%. Keep staying nice and tall. Let's go to 60%. Let's go to 80%. Keep driving both of these at the same time into the ground. Okay, now keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay, now keeping that same composure now, what we're going to do is we're going to try to lift this off the ground. Now, here's the thing. You're not going to be able to do it. That's the whole point. But what you're going to actually do is try to bring this ankle to you and imagine that essentially this is the move that you're trying to do, okay? So you're going to push the knee, but you're going to push the ankle more, and you're going to try to lift and rotate. So obviously, he's not going to be able to do that because that's very difficult to do from this position, but he's training that muscle and that joint in that position, and that's what we want, okay? So same thing, imagine start 20%. We're going to ramp up. Imagine this rotation happening. Okay, now let's go to 40%. Ramp it up, try to lift this off. Let's go 60%. Keep ramping. Let's go 80%. 100% and 10, 9, keep driving. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Right? Did that feel pretty challenging to do? Yeah. Right? So he's like, we're just staying in that position, right? Like I said, big mistake. People will just start going here, but at this point in time, he's just trying to like lift this off the ground, right? He's trying to rip it off the ground, or he's trying to push it down. But guess what? We're now training that nervous system and the tissue in that range of motion, which probably, guess what? He's not usually walking around just being up here, okay? And so this is creating external rotation in his hip, okay? Now, and the thing is now, if you were doing this for a warm-up, if we do a morning ritual, this would be like a 30%. So we did the ramp, we do this about 30%. If we're doing it for a warm-up, it'd probably be about 50%. Now, I could actually work with Zack in a training session and do pure mobility strength training, and we'd ramp these suckers up for like 10, right? Like to 100%, 90 to 100%, like true strength training, mobility strength training. You could do that, but if it falls in line somewhere. So for most of you, it's gonna be 30 to 50% using it as a daily ritual for hip mobility or as a warm-up. Now, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take this a step further and do kinetic stretching. Now, kinetic stretching means we're going to use strength and control through ranges of motion. So what Zack's gonna do now, this starts becoming a little tougher, is he's gonna keep that nice posture. He's gonna get that bow and arrow again, get that butt back, think like this knee's getting long. And from this, I'm actually gonna show you what you're gonna do here, okay? So belly button's still here, chest is nice and tall, string on the top of my head, right? Push that butt cheek back, push that knee forward, whoo, right? I'm getting that fire. Now, you're probably gonna need to use your hands. We're gonna start with getting the whole body engaged. So abs are on, right? Shoulder, like I could touch you anywhere and you're gonna get 50% tension. And then from there, I'm gonna say, okay, go. And we're gonna go 5 seconds. Pull yourself down, chest to knee, knee to chest. You're gonna close this gap. Work, 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 work. And then we're gonna push away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pull back down again, okay? And we're gonna do that for 4 to 5 reps. And then I'm gonna give you a little bit of a break, all right? But I want you to think about it this way, okay? Before you even start, because here's the reason why we want tension everywhere. Because we don't want to have compensation, right? If you're not solid, you start compensating and going through the joints that you don't want. So we want just that joint to be doing the work, right? So let's start ramping up to about 50%. Let's get tension here, core, nice and tall. Get that string, bow and arrow. All right, now I'm gonna start counting. Remember, you're gonna pull your chest to your knee to your chest. You're gonna try to close that gap, but count on 5, okay? 5, 4, keep pulling yourself down. 3, 2, 1, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Get as low as you can. Keep that chest tall, keep that chest tall, keep that chest tall. Nice, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Stay long in that spine. Now start pushing away, slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. Go. 5, 4, chest tall. 3, keep pulling. 2, 1. Try to get a little bit lower. Chest tall, chest tall, chest tall. Good. Now start push. 5, 4, 3, get tall. 2, 1. Again, let's go. 2 more reps. Chest tall, chest tall. Good. Close that gap. Pull, pull. Use strength to pull yourself down. Use strength to pull yourself down. Even more. Pull yourself lower. Pull yourself lower. Use that strength. And push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last rep. Let's go as low as you can. Chest tall. Use that strength. Use that tension. Everything solid. Everything solid. Let's go. Last. Come on. 3, 2. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. 1. Now I need you to breathe out and relax in that position at the bottom. Come back to the bottom and just breathe out. You can put your hands in front of you. Now this is where you're just relaxed. Now we're not gonna do the full, usually I'd actually have them stay there for about 2 minutes, okay? But we're just gonna do 30, 40 seconds as I'm talking. And here's why, okay? We created a new range of motion through that drill. He's going lower than he was at the beginning. You guys could probably tell already through these drills. So now we created a training window, but now also, like, guess what? We want those tissues to just be there in a relaxed state as well, okay? And this is how, and we could do this for multiple sets, multiple reps, right? And we'll have Zack come out of it. You're good. All right, now just slowly stand up. Oh yeah, slowly stand up, my friend. So that, like, and the thing is, like, that's tough. But if you want to build mobility, remember, mobility is being able to control ranges of motion. So this is passive range, right? Look, watch. I can pull this back. This is passive, okay? Now, how far can I pull it back myself? Right there. So I got a little bit of a gap. Mobility is what can you control with strength through that range of motion. That's what that is. And so that's what we're building, because injuries happen in that gap between passive and active, right? And so Zack, even just through that, he was able to get probably an inch or two lower. And if we kept drilling that, Not only would he be able to get lower, but he'd be able to control that and build strength and tissue there. So this has application in, if you want to build muscle in bodybuilding, guess what? If I get more range of motion, I can create, like I said, there's more range of motion to control that tension through, you're going to build muscle, right? I can create more force production through higher range of motion. So it's as applicable, like if I cannot get my hip into extension, how do I sprint faster, right? If I can only get here, I can't produce as much force. There's power leaks. There's all types of stuff going on. So, and if, of course, if you don't have range of motion, you're going to beat up your joints. So it's a win-win-win situation. This is not like hey, it's cool to do. This is a must to do. If you want to have longevity in training, if you want to improve performance, build more muscle, and just feel better, right? If you're beat up, this is a great drill. So 90-90, couple, like I said, we could go on and on about this one, but like some of the things that you saw today, use them on both sides. Let me know how you feel. Zach's gonna go squat a 607 PR or something like that, so that we have some social proof or something, you know what I mean? And if not, like, we're scratching this video. He's dead to me. But thanks to Zach for this. Hey guys, I'll see you in the next coaching video. Peace out.